Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the webinar series hosted by Bridget. Today's topic is why should we choose banking as a career? And for our speaker today, we have Mr. R. Raghunathan, who is a seasoned banking and financial sector expert who has an experience of over 40 years in the same field. He'll be there to answer your questions and he'll be able to talk you through everything that you need to know about banking sector and the financial service sector. Over to you, sir.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Uh, Good morning, my dear friends. First of all, I thank Bridget for giving him an opportunity to conduct this webinar. So I welcome all the participants for this seminar, and definitely this is going to be a very useful webinar for all of you. The topic is why should you opt for a banking career? So before I go into this, let me give you a brief introduction about me. My name is Raghunathan. I am from Chennai. Um, I have put up totally 40 years of service in the financial sector. I have worked in public sector bank as well as in old generation private sector bank, new generation private sector bank. I have worked in investment banking. I have worked in NBFCs. Then I have worked in educational institution as head of the department also. So presently, for the past 2 to 3 years, I am fully fledged a freelancer taking classes for bankers. Then I'm taking classes for B schools for MBA finance and marketing. Then I'm taking class for reputed banking institutes like Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. So like that, I am taking classes only for this BFSA segment. So this is my introduction, friends. Initially, let me take you to some of the important features of this banking sector, and not only a banking sector, BFSA segment. See, BFSA segment means B stands for bank, FS stands for financial sector, and I stands for insurance. So BFSI, that is banking, financial sector, and insurance segment. So I am going to tell you what are all the salient features when you are going to join a BFSA segment. Number one. Number two, where are all the opportunities that are available to you? Uh, and what are all the benefits that you are going to derive once you join this? And what is going to be your career path once you join this BFSA segment? So all these things I will be just imparting to you with the decision to be taken by you. But I am definitely confident, I am certainly confident that you are all going to take a very good decision on joining this particular segment. Okay, friends. See, today, if you see, almost all the sectors, because of this pandemic, now almost all the sectors are not in good, are not progressively growing for various reasons. But if you take into account this particular banking sector or financial sector, daily it will be in the news for the simple reason that without banking sector, economy cannot stand. Because for everything, the government has to depend only on banks. So this is the first and foremost thing you should keep in mind. That means it is indispensable sector. Whereas all the other sectors, if you take, it all depends. So for example, if you see the newspapers, I think all of you must be in the habit of reading newspapers on a daily basis. If you are not doing it, from today onwards, you start reading all the newspapers or at least Business Line, Economic Times, so that you will be in a position to know how the sectors are doing in India. For example, if you see manufacturing sector, the core it has come down. Manufacturing sector has come down. And if you see the service sector, yes. But in service sector, if you see the banking sector or financial sector, they are doing fantastic job. See, even whenever whether our prime minister or finance minister, whenever they are going to announce a lot of stimulus packages, they are only talking only with the financial sector or banking sector. So this is the one sector, friends, which you will never deteriorate in, always on the uptrend. Because without bank, there is no economy at all. Without bank, there is no economy. So I am really happy that at least a thought has come into all of your minds to at least to opt for this particular sector. Very good. Number one. So with the profound optimism, I welcome you all to this BFSA segment as if you have already joined BFSA segment. Now coming to BFSA segment, friends, why do you want to join a bank? Another question. Why do you want to join a bank when there are so many things, sectors are available? Why do you? I will will tell you, friends. See, I'll tell you, there are plenty of banks. See, of late, if you see, the banking sector is undergoing a very, very drastic change. Very, very drastic change. If you see in the paper, you will see 19 public sector banks have been made to 12 public sector banks. Why this merger has taken place? You should introspect. You should introspect. You should ask yourself this question: why government has made from 19 public sector banks to 12 public sector banks? The basic reason being that we wanted to be a top. We wanted to give a lot of loans and advances to a particular client. Now, when other banks are getting scattered, we are not able to cater to the development of the economy. For example, suppose for example, a telecom sector comes to a bank and asks, "Sir, we need 25,000 crores." Our banks are not in a position to give. Either they move to consortium or all those. Now, once the merger, what happens? All the banks are becoming big. All the banks are becoming a very, very big banks. And if you see in the Forbes list, except State Bank of India, none of the banks are in that list. And that too, State Bank of India is in the list at 54. So they want more number of Indian banks to be in the Forbes list, top list. So all these things will happen only when this consolidation takes place. So that is a good move by the government to reduce the number of banks. And there are a lot of advantages. For example, if you happen to pass through a street, you will see number of banks. And now what happens after this consolidation? Now the number of banks also getting reduced. As a result of which, what will happen? There is a rationalization in cost. There is a rationalization in cost. But doesn't mean that labor will be displaced. Never, friends. Employees, they are the assets for any bank. Because your services are required. And one thing, very important thing I want to tell you, friends. Once you join a bank, you just see your social status. You tell anybody, "Sir, I am working in a bank." That means whether directly or indirectly, you are contributing something towards the GDP of our country. What is GDP? Gross domestic product. The sum total of all the manufacturing and service sectors produced in a year. So you are also an instrumental. Could be minute, could be trivial, no problem. But you are also there for the development of the economy. So banks are indispensable for the development of the economy. Number one, first point, friends. And you see, if you see your career path in a bank, if you see a career path, it starts from assistant manager and it goes up to chairman and managing director. It doesn't stop there. And your career path is well defined. Only thing you will have to take in a right spirit, you have to learn a lot of things, become an expert, become a professional in particular verticals, then sky is the limit. Why sky? Even beyond the sky, there is no limit. So your career path is, for example, you are joining, for example, you are entering into a bank at the age of 23 or 24. No problem. Normally the retirement age is 60. Let us have it 58. See, in 34 years, I think, particularly nowadays, friends, opportunities are plenty in banks. During those days where we were working, opportunities are not this much. But now, the opportunities are plenty. Once you show your potential to your boss, to your organization, and every year, who is going to prevent you from coming higher up in the career? I tell you, friends, in 34 years, for example, I'm telling you, if you are going to continue in a banking sector, I think you will be going beyond CMD, CEO. But for that, you will have to work very hard, friends. You will have to work hard means in the sense, you should be always in the acquisition of knowledge. Friends, you have to learn if you want to earn. That is why L is added before earn. So when you want to earn, see, there is nothing wrong, friends. See, you enjoy your life, but at the same time, not at the cost of your education, not at the cost of acquiring your knowledge. This is very, very important. Now, there are plenty of opportunities available, I tell you. See, now there are plenty. So don't think that I will be working only here. No, it's not like that. In this particular segment, if you see, you have got a public sector banks. See, public sector bank means now there are 12 public sector banks as of now. That is where the government stake is not less than 51% of the share capital. See, all these things in BFSA segment, only when you join a particular course, for example, in Bridgeaid, probably you will be learning more because banking is an ocean, friends. Banking is an ocean. Daily changes are taking place. If you see today's newspaper, there are a lot of things. Now that the SEBI has relaxing certain rules. See, that also comes under banking only. See, what are all the banks? You are seeing public sector banks. You are seeing private sector banks. In private sector banks, there are two bifurcations. One is old generation private sector banks, and another one is new generation private sector banks. Now, which are all called old generation private sector banks, which are run on the lines of public sector banks. For example, City Union Bank, South Indian Bank, Federal Bank. Now, all these Karur Vysya Bank, Lakshmi Vilas Bank, plenty. So they are all called old. They are also 12 in number. So public sector banks are 12 in number. Old generation private sector banks are 12 in number. And new generation private sector banks, as all of you know, HDFC, ICICI, Yes Bank, IndusInd Bank, Kotak Mahindra, all these banks are new generation private sector banks, which are 10 in number. Then apart from that, you have got regional rural banks. You have got the foreign banks. You have got a foreign banks. Only thing, they will have to be operated only through branches. Why it is called a foreign bank? It is called a foreign bank because the corporate office of that particular bank is situated outside India. Any corporate office of a bank which is situated outside India, it is called a foreign bank. For example, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Citibank, Bank of America, Nova Scotia Bank, plenty of foreign. See, you won't believe, there are 45 foreign banks in India operating through 286 branches all over India. See, if you see the banking picture, you have got public sector banks, you have got old generation, new generation, you have got foreign banks. Apart from that, you have got plenty regional rural banks. You have got a regional RRBs, people used to call as RRBs. There are plenty of RRBs. So regional rural banks, which will be sponsored by a public sector bank. There the opportunities are there. Apart from that, the latest inclusion by the government of India, payment banks and small finance banks. There are 7 payment banks and 12 small finance banks. For example, Paytm, Airtel Payments Bank, these are all payment banks. And if you come for small finance bank, Equitas Small Finance Bank, Janalakshmi Small Finance Bank, AU Small Finance Bank, they are all small finance banks. See the friends, if you see the banking, and apart from that, you have got cooperative banks. And the recent announcement by the RBI is that cooperative banks are also coming under the ambit of RBI's control because of various scams which have taken places in PMC, cooperative bank, all these things. Why I'm telling all these friends, you are all, I think you are all must be very, very young compared to me. I am 61 years young, okay? I am 61 years young only. So I want all of you are all very young people. You have got a huge career ahead. But only thing is you must plan your career, friends. You must plan your career. Have one goal and achieve that goal. What are all the steps you should take? You can do it. Opportunities are plenty, and banking sector is one of the superb sectors wherein you will command a great respect. You need not demand respect. You will command respect. See, for example, when you join, I'm telling you the reasons. See, when you join a bank, I tell you the first reason is you are directly contributing to the GDP of the economy in some form or other, right? Because you are going to canvass deposits, you are going to give loans, everything. Now, next, payment is a very good payment, friends. Remuneration is a very good remuneration. Apart from that, you will be getting a lot of perquisites, particularly when you are entering into a sales line. Friends, I want to tell you very, very clearly, don't be apprehensive about sales. Sales is going to give you a lot of advantages. Many people have got that inhibition stating that I don't want to go for a sales, sir. I want to work only in the office and I want to work. Friends, never think like that. It is a very narrow-minded thinking. I want all these people to have a broad-minded. See, when you go for sales, see, even though you are going to sit in the branch, there will be a sales target will be assigned to you. Don't think that just because you are going to sit in the, apart from the operations work, you will have to do sales also. See, once you enter into sales, the opportunities for earning are enormous. Apart from achieving, once your target is achieved, you will get a lot of incentives, performance incentives. Apart from that, friends, I'll tell you the advantages. You will get into contact with so many people. Contacts plenty. See, the more and more the contacts you develop, the more and more knowledgeable you become. The more and more visible to the community. For example, you take from, see, when you want to talk, when you want to go to a client and speak, What you will have to do? You will have to burn your midnight oil. You will be learning about that particular sector. The client is in, for example, he is in textile sector. So before meeting the client, you will be learning the textile sector. So you will be acquiring the knowledge. Then when you go and sit in front of the client, you will be having a lot of product knowledge. You should have the product knowledge and way of communication. Friends, only thing is which I want all of you to tell is you must improve your communication skills. If you are already having a good communication skills means both oral as well as written. Because these skills, I find certain sort of lacuna here. So I want all of you to practice the communication skills. In front of the client, you should never plead ignorance. You should always exhibit that you are a very, very knowledgeable person. See, for example, during the course of the conversation, the client asks you, sir, your bank shares are going up. Is it worthwhile buying the shares? At the time, if you are not aware of what is going on in your bank, what is your bank shares, why the bank shares are going, you should know about your bank. You forget about, you see, when you are entering to a bank, for example, you are into bank A, you must know thoroughly about that bank A. What about the share capital of that particular bank? What is the total deposits of the bank? See, in front of the customer, see, customers are very intelligent, friends. Today, I tell you, customers are more intelligent than the bankers. Thieves are more intelligent than policemen. See, because they are all very, see, if you see, earlier what happened, only from ATM, people used to take cash, steal cash. I'm telling about robberies. Now what they are doing, they're taking the entire ATM. Why unnecessarily breaking open the ATM? And take the entire ATM. So, the people are very, very interesting. Whenever IT department is framing certain things, so there are some people who think beyond this. So I want all of you to think out of the box thinking, not in negative way, in a positive way. Out of the box thinking is very, very important. That means I want all of you to innovate. I want all of you to explore. I want all of you to read, gain knowledge. So once you are in sales, friends, you are going to earn very good incentives. You are going to get a lot of contacts. You are going to nurture your skills both in the communication part, as well as in grooming part, as well as in discipline part, as well as in attitude part. Because all these things only make you a very good salesman, friends. So never have, if any one of you is having that type of inhibitions in your mind, kindly eradicate right now. At 11:23 a.m., you must be in a position to eradicate all those things. Because I love sales, friends. Don't think that because I am a salesman, I am like, no, nothing like that. See, from sales, see, when you are in sales, you have got a lot of career path. And moreover, in the internal, any internal postings come in your bank, you can just switch over. Because of, if you see the verticals, see, I tell you the friends, see, when you want to enter into a public sector bank or a private sector bank, there are some examinations which you'll have to write, particularly for a public sector bank. You will have to go through IBPS. There is an IBPS, Institute of Banking and Personnel Selection, IBPS. If you'll have to frequently monitor, whenever they are calling for advertisements, you'll have to apply, you'll have to write the examination, then interview, then you'll have to enter into a public sector bank. There are 12 public sector banks. They will be giving you appointment in any of the 12 public sector banks, provided you are successful. In the case of private sector banks, there is no examination as such. There is no examination as such. If you once you prove your mettle, automatically you will be observed. You will be observed in that particular private sector banks. Same is the case with RRBs. You will have to write the examinations because RRBs are sponsored by central government also. If you see the share capital of RRB, it is 50% by central government, 15% by respective state governments, and 35% by the sponsoring bank. See, all these things you can learn once you join Bridgeaid for this particular course because it's a very wide. See, in this 1 hour, I am just imparting you what are all the opportunities available. Okay, friends. Now coming to the difference. See, when you join a public sector bank or when you join a private sector bank, see, the remuneration is going to be very good, friends. The remuneration is going to be very good, and you will be getting a lot of leave, casual leave, privilege leave, sick leave, everything you will have leave. Apart from that, for ladies, maternity leave, and for paternity leave, all leave, and ambience, superb ambience you'll get, and the work atmosphere will be very, very good. Work atmosphere will be very good, very good. So the point, see, even now many people will be thinking once you pass through any bank, Arey Baba, I also wanted to work in this particular bank. People will be having that. Similar case I was having in 19 79, I joined the Syndicate Bank. I joined the Syndicate Bank in the year 1979. So before that itself, my father used to give me 5 rupees to deposit in an RD in a bank. So I used to go to the bank. I was overwhelmed. I Baba, one day or other, I'll have to work in a bank. At that point of time itself, I got that thinking. And luckily, I worked towards it and I got it. So from there, I moved to a lot of banks, IndusInd Bank. Then I moved on to HDFC Bank. Then I moved on to Lakshmi Vilas. I moved on to DCB. And I was working in Saffron, that is an investment banking. So plenty of companies I worked. Basic thing is Syndicate Bank, I worked for 24 years. Other 16 years, I worked in various places. Right, friends? So the advantages. Another thing, friends, when you are in a bank, again, I'm telling you, friends, whenever opportunity comes, capitalize on that opportunity. Opportunity will knock your door only once. If you leave that opportunity, then again to get that opportunity, how long will it take? Nobody knows. In which context I'm telling? For example, from deputy manager, you are promoted to manager. You are very happy. You are very happy, and the moment you go and tell your wife or your parents, they'll be jubilant. They will be very happy. Next day morning, you will get that you are posted to another place as a transfer, or you are getting a transfer order. Immediately, your face will become very small. Arey Baba, why should I? Friends, I tell you, transfer makes you very perfect. You can learn the culture prevailing in other parts. There is no question like a watertight compartment. Never stay in a particular place. Keep moving. Keep moving. When you wanted mobile, but you don't want to be mobile. What is this? Everybody wants mobile 24 hours in your hand. But when it comes to the question of mobility on your part, you think that your entire life is getting distorted. No, friends. I think your life is going to get enriched and enlightened whenever you accept any transfer, particularly with the promotions. I have worked in 8 states, friends. 8 states I have worked. Don't think that my children's education will get spoiled. My mother-in-law is here, my father-in-law is here, my father and mother, they are all there. They will be with you only. But never miss an opportunity. You need not go and ask the transfer, yeah? But if the transfer comes, accept it with grace. That is going to be the brightening part of your career, friends. So always have it in mind. The transfer is going only for your betterment, not for your detriment. Always keep in mind, have an open mind. Have an open mind. Never have anything like just like a horse. No. Always have an open mind. I am ready to take up the challenges. You have to take up because the banking sector, not only banking, any sector you enter into, it is a challenging environment. See, when you are working in a bank and when a client gives you an appointment, similarly from bank B, bank C, bank D, everybody will be coming there. So there, the competition which was prevalent about 30, 40 years back, it is not now. The competition is not like that. At that time, the competition was very constructive competition. Now the competition is cutthroat competition. People they will kill you. What do you mean by cutthroat competition? They will even slit your throat when they wanted to do business. So at that point of time, you will have to prove that you are second to none. So I want all of you to get ready for that. All the theoretical part, absolutely no problem. Join Brigade and you will get. But practically, when you go and meet a client, how you should behave, punctuality. When the client has given you appointment at 9:45, you must be there at 9:30. There is no point in starting from your house at 9:45. Or don't tell excuses, friends. Excuses nobody wants. Because you may lose so many business just because you are late. So first of all, cultivate the habit of punctuality, discipline, dressing, friends. Because nowadays, you are all moving from campus to corporate. See, in campus, what a life, yeah. Beautiful life. Even I am telling in 1976, I am telling 76, 77. Even at that time, I enjoyed my college life. Now, the college life, it is only a place for enjoyment. So in campus, if you don't like the master, you don't like the subject, you don't like the class, you cut down the classes and you can go anywhere. But in the office, if you don't like the boss, what will you do? Sir, I don't like you. I am going out. You go. Who is at the law? You cannot. So you must develop a sort of adaptability. So when you move from campus to corporate, you should have that adaptability concept. See, for example, friends, if I am in Chennai, normally our breakfast is idli, dosa, like that. Suppose if I am transferred to Karnataka, Hubli, I was working in Hubli in Karnataka. There, if you idli sambar and all, there they will give jor roti. Can I go and tell, sir, my breakfast is only idli, I want idli? Nah. You will have to adapt to that environment. So adaptability you will have to do. Just from campus to corporate, how you have to adapt. In campus, just a jeans pant, one shirt, and you can go t-shirt. But in corporate, no. There is a dress code prescribed by all the banks. You will have to follow all those things. So friends, adaptability concept you will have to develop. All these things are going to enhance. You just wear one day with a complete suit and see in front of the mirror. If you are married, your wife will come and hug you. Arey Baba, you look very smart here. So don't think that wearing a tie or see, these are all the things that is going to add up to your personality. So personality development is one of the very important trait for you. Personality means not you should be like a Chris Gale, 6'4" and you must be like this. No, personality means only here. Only the more the knowledge you acquire, the more the way in which you impress others, that is personality. So I want all of you to develop a very good personality development, both in the forms of knowledge as well as in the form of skills as well as in the form of attitude. Right. Now coming to the banks. So you got a public sector bank, you got a private sector banks, you have got regional rural banks, you have got a foreign banks. Apart from that, you have got small finance bank, you got payment banks. Then you have got Reserve Bank of India. You can even write the examination if you want to enter into Reserve Bank of India. So there is an opportunity available in Reserve Bank of India. You can write. You can go for that officer's career. Always aim high, friends. Go as an officer. Start your career as an officer. Assume responsibility. When you don't assume responsibility at this age, when are you going to assume the responsibility? So always be a responsible citizen of India, as a responsible person, both for family as well as for country. So I want all of you to be very responsible. So join in the officer's cadre. Assume the responsibility. When you assume the responsibility, there will be a lot of people will be reporting to you. So at that time, you become a leader. You become a leader. What do you mean by that? That means you should develop the leadership qualities. Who is a leader? A leader is a person who will be following you. You should be a role model. When you are asking your subordinate to come at 9:30, you should not go at 10 o'clock. You must be well before he comes. So people will follow you only. And how to take the team along with you. Together we can win. Always use the word we. Never use the word I. Let us do. Let us join together. Anyhow, they are going to do the work. But don't tell you have to finish this work. Don't tell like that. Arey Baba, let us all join together and we'll do it. Anyhow, he is going to do it. But always be collective. Be collective. Never isolate yourself from others. You are also a part of the team. Yeah? What do you mean by a team is a collective noun? If you see the English grammar, there is one noun called a collective noun. Family is a collective noun. Leader is a collective noun. So because you are going to lead a team. Through them, you are going to achieve all the targets. You are going to achieve whatever that has been entrusted to you by your senior management. So once you are through this, friends, I think the promotion you need not ask. Automatically, it will keeps coming. Your appraisal. See, your record speaks. Your record speaks. You should be only organized. You should keep everything in an organized fashion. Once the moment you enter into a banking job, once you enter into a financial sector. Okay. So you have got all this. You can enter into RBA. Then there is opportunity available in auditing firms. There are top auditing firms in India, like KPMG, Ernst & Young, what you call the E&Y, Ernst & Young. So there they recruit people only on finance, only from financial background. There also the opportunity is plenty. Then there are external credit rating agencies like CRISIL, ICRA, CARE. There also people are recruiting. So and apart from that, insurance. Insurance sector, now it is going to undergo a lot of changes. Insurance sector is undergoing because now all the 3 public sector insurance companies are going to be privatized. I think don't take this as a news because it is already circulated in the papers. The only thing, if you know all this, I am really happy. If you don't know, start the habit of reading the newspapers from right now. You must always keep abreast with the latest developments that are taking place in India as well as in other parts of the world. Because certain times those things will give you impact. For example, Federal Reserve US, if the rate of interest is going to reduce, it has this immediate effect in Indian market. Okay. So there are plenty. So these are all some of the things, friends. So what I want to tell you is, Opportunities are plenty, right? I told you the grade from assistant manager to chairman and managing director, and from there you can go as a deputy governor of RBI, then governor of RBI, then you can go as a IMF, World Bank, and all ambassador for Indian ambassador to other countries. So the curve straight away goes. So opportunities are plenty. You are not going to get stuck up in one thing. But for that, I'm telling you, you should develop all these qualities. You must prove that you are great man, not great, yeah, greatest man. I must use the word only superlative degree, not a positive degree, right? So I told you where are all the places wherein you can. I told you public sector bank, all these banks, you have got opportunities apart from that insurance. Now you tell me, friends, when you are entering into a financial sector, are you definitely you are going to benefit. And again, see, just like an MBBS doctor, the moment he completes his MBBS, he wanted to do specialization. He wanted to do specialization in dermatology, gynecology, neurology, ortho, like that. Like that in banks, you have got a plenty of verticals, friends, plenty of departments, plenty. I want all of you to specialize. Sir, how to specialize? Nothing. There are plenty of courses in Indian Institute of Banking and Finance, IIBF. There is a website called IIBF, Indian Institute of, or you can read it. You can even go through some other courses also. Observe. See, what are other courses? If you want to specialize in treasury department, yes, do treasury. Because the treasury department manages the entire funds of that organization. Any organization for that matter. Treasury department, particularly in banks, the moment you enter into a treasury department, you will be looked separately. Your dignity enhances because you will be called a dealer. Once you enter into a dealing room, friends, I think your stature is total because you are going to manage the funds of the bank and you are going to give maximum profit to the bank. If you see the balance sheet of the bank, I don't know how many of you have seen the balance sheet. Even for the past 3 or 4 days, only balance sheet of banks are appearing in the papers. Axis Bank balance sheet has come. Then IndusInd Bank balance sheet has come. Yes Bank balance sheet has come. If you see the balance sheet, you will see the major revenue for the bank is not because of interest on advances. The first major revenue comes only from treasury. How to deploy the funds to get maximum income. Even from individual point of view, telling, see, when I want to save where I get more returns. Where I will getting more returns, there only because if I go and invest in fixed deposit in a bank, the rate of interest is less. If I am a conservative man, I will deposit there. I want to take risk, I can deposit it in hedge funds or I can deposit it in mutual funds. Where the risk appetite is high, there the maturity amount is not visible because markets are subject, investments are subjected to market risk. I think all of you are all aware of about all these things. So you will, the treasury department, fantastic department. You can specialize in treasury. Then credit. Friends, yeah, you cannot call yourself as a banker if you don't know the credit. If you don't know credit, because credit forms a vital part. Credit is a decision taken by a board of a team for which you should know a lot of things on credit. In credit, there are three. One is credit underwriting. That means you are injecting a new customer into the bank. You are going to give a loan. Credit underwriting. Then credit monitoring. Once you give the loan, how the transactions are taking place. Credit monitoring. Then credit administration. Whether the documentation part is all filled up. Whether the customer is satisfying all the regulations prescribed in the credit policy of the bank. See, credit. You can specialize in credit. Then comes its specialization in foreign exchange. Friends, foreign exchange department is another beautiful department wherein you can learn a lot of things. For example, what do you mean by a buying transaction? What is a selling transaction? What do you mean by currency swap? Why the dollar is getting, why the Indian rupee is getting depreciated against the US dollars? What is the present rate? What is the present currency? See, I am just telling you because you should know the significance of foreign exchange for India. Today, you know, our foreign exchange reserves with RBI is more than $500 billion. I think all of you are aware of it. If you are not aware of it, please go through it. $518 billion as on Friday. You must keep latest developments in fingertips, friends. Then only people will respect you, friends. If you say, suppose a client is, you are going to a client, sir, I am only for savings bank account and current account. The customer is asking, no problem, sir. I want this loan. Whether your bank will be able to give you this loan or not. Sir, I don't know, sir. For that, separate people are there. I will ask them to come. If you tell like that, you are not a banker. You are not a banker. I am telling you, friends, don't mistake me. You, when you are a banker, you must encompass all the departments. You must encompass all the but for which a lot of trainings will be given. I tell you, once you join the bank, plenty of trainings they will give. Lot of trainings. But you will have to take that training not for just sightseeing that particular place. That you can do it after the training is over. But you must make use of the training very effectively. What? Because they will tell about their bank products. They will tell about their bank products. See, when they tell about their bank products, that is the training they will give. But what you should do, you must know the products of other banks. For example, when you are an ICICI, you are supposed to know the interest rates of other private sector banks of equal size, peer. You cannot compare ICICI Bank with another private yes bank. You can compare with HDFC. You can compare it with Indus and Kotak. Because once you go and talk to a client, the client will tell, no, boss, you are telling wrong. Because I know this bank is also off. Some people will tell in over enthusiasm, sir, this is the only product. This is the product only available with our bank. Then customer will tell, because you are working for one bank, but customer sees from so many banks. Customer sees the relationship managers from various banks. He knows, no, I don't think so, sir, because this bank is also offering the same product. There you get a sorry figure. That is why in marketing, friends, know your products well. Know your bank products well. Know your competitors' products very well. Then only you can manage the competition. Then only you can manage the objections raised by the clients. Customer will raise lot of objections, friends. See, you take your case. When some salesman enters your office, are you ready to buy everything? You are asking 100 questions and finally you are telling no. And finally you are telling no. Similarly, in your day-to-day marketing also, same things will happen. People are not worried about your boss and all. No, they are not interested in marketing. They are interested in selling. You can tell, sir, I have marketed. I went to so many companies. I have marketed all these products. Arey Baba, all these things are fine. How many customers you have brought in? How many customers have come into our bank's fold? That is, they are interested only in results. They are not interested in all your propaganda. No, that is the reason why I'm telling you marketing and sales. First, you must know the product. You must instill that confidence on the knowledge of the customer that this is our product. What are all the salient features? What is the USP of your product? Unique selling proposition. USP means unique selling proposition. What is unique selling proposition of your product? If you know all these things and if you sit in front of the customer with a beautiful grooming, I tell you, friends, you are going to rock. Even then, you are all going to rock because I can see from lot of faces, you are all very much enterprising people. You are all highly enterprising people. You are all going to rock. But you will have to take the step right now. You will have to take the step right now. You must also know about what is the total bank. See, the total deposits of all the scheduled commercial banks put together, no? It is 130 lakh crores. 130 lakh crores as of March 2019. Similarly, all the advances put together, it is 100 lakh crores. So total financial sector, it is sitting on around 230 lakh crores. And when you say that I am working, I am a part of this, don't you feel elated? Definitely you will feel elated. Arey Baba, I am also a part of 230 lakh crores segment. I am also a part of it. Because sector is such very important sector. So now coming to the vertical part of view, in banking, you have got retail banking. Retail banking means a lot of small customers. All small customers, they will be depositing with your bank as well as they will be availing loans. Small deposits, small loans. Then you have got a corporate banking. Corporate banking means it is for corporates. There are a lot of constituents, friends. Once you join the course, probably you will be coming to know like partnership, limited liability partnership, private limited company, public limited company, one person company. Then you have got a special type of customers like Hindu undivided family. All those things are there. So corporate banking, normally the exposure will be huge. For example, it depends from bank to bank. See, a bank, an IndusInd Bank customer who comes in corporate banking category will be different from a bank in Yes Bank coming from a corporate because the credit policy of banks will differ. But corporate banking, normally the exposure to a client will be very high. Whereas in retail banking, the exposure will be less. And retail banking, number of customers are more. Whereas in corporate banking, number of customers are less. In retail banking, risk is spread, risk is scattered. But here the risk is concentrated. If you see the latest news like Kingfisher Airlines, or if you see this Nirav Modi cases, all those things are all corporate banking, all in crores. all in crores of rupees. So that is corporate banking. Then very important concept is investment banking. The future of India is only investment banking, friends. The future of India is going to be in the hands of investment banking. What is investment banking? Nothing, friends. It is a private equity. Foreign institutional investors or foreign direct investment takes place in India. They are responsible for the development of our economy. So how private equity can bring in capital to India? There are RBA stipulations. There are automatic route, approval route. All those things are there. All those things are there. Then mergers and acquisitions. That's not what banks are here. What here the public sector banks are all getting merged. All those things because it is inorganic way of growth. There are two growth, friends, in everywhere: organic growth, inorganic growth. Organic growth means you are building up your company out of your own profits. Out of your own profits, you are developing your organization. Inorganic growth means you are taking some other organization and getting merged and you are becoming bigger. So nowadays, inorganic growth consolidations are getting more and more. It's getting more and more. Organic growth, inorganic growth. Then comes IPO, initial public offering. So when a person wants to raise capital, he can go in for an IPO. These are all investment banking. Investment banking. Because there is a separate department in all the banks called wealth management or portfolio management. Name differs from bank to bank. That's all. But the work is same. So IPO. When IPO comes, how the capital is getting increased, what are all the various types of capital, how the company is going to utilize those funds. That is investment banking. Then comes foreign exchange and international management. That is one vertical. See, foreign exchange. How are you going to help our Indian clients by giving foreign currency loans? What is the present foreign exchange reserves in India? How we are going to improve that foreign exchange reserves? Only when you export more, your foreign exchange reserves are going to increase. When you import, your foreign exchange reserves are going to get decreased. So what you should do, you should restrict your imports and increase your export. That is what our government is doing now. They wanted import substitution. Whatever you are going to import from other countries, Arey Baba, you do it in India. Make in India concept. See, friends, how many things are there? Foreign exchange. Then comes the trade finance. You have got a one thing called trade finance. Trade finance means this: what? How do you help a client by not giving funds? You don't give funds to them, but you are helping them to grow by giving letter of credit. There is that is called a non-fund based limit. You are not giving fund immediately. Only thing you are making the customer very happy by giving this facility: letter of credit, bank guarantee, deferred payment guarantee, all these things. So this is another vertical. Then comes recovery. You have got a collection. Nowadays, NPAs are more in banking sector. The NPAs is totally around 12 lakh crores now. Now there is a department called recovery department. There you can go. Then there is a department called MIS, wherein you will have to prepare all the statements pertaining to that particular organization. Once you do that, you know the entire thing about that particular bank. You know about the entire history about that bank once you are in MIS department. But people will be very reluctant to go, what is that every day collecting figures from various branches. I'll have to collect it. That is an opportunity for you to learn a lot of things. Then comes under cash management. There is a cash department. What do you mean by a mutilated note? What do you mean by a cut note? What do you mean by a soiled note? What do you mean by a counterfeit note? How you manage the cash? Where surplus cash is there? Where will you go and deposit? These are all cash management. Then comes under branch operations. What is operation management? The moment you become a branch manager, you should be conversant with all these things. How to open a branch. Before opening the branch, what you should do. Before closing the branch, what you should do. You are called a joint custodian. You are a custodian. What are the responsibilities for a custodian and a joint custodian? And how are you going to operate the system? How are you going to transfer the funds from one place to another? What are the various methods? How the clearing system is going? All these things are operations. People wanted to sit inside the branch and do this. They must be quite abreast with all this. So, friends, you have got varieties of opportunities, variety of places wherein, suppose you are in RBA, you are going to RBA. How many departments? Department of Banking Operations. You are the person who are going to formulate policies. So when you want to formulate policies, you should know what is the GDP, what is the national income of our country, which are the sectors to be given importance, what is meant by priority sector, how I have to allocate funds for a year. See, you must work in a place where you are putting your brain to work. You must always involve yourself with some sort of creativeness, innovation, exploration. You must discover certain product through out of the product. Then you have got another department, very important department, HR department. You have got an HR department in a bank. So there, if you wanted to do there recruitment, onboarding, pay slip, credit, entry level interview, exit level interview, all those things. Then IT department, information technology department. That is one more department which is available in all the banks. So friends, now I think participants are very less. I never expected this. I thought it will be more than 100 participants. No problem. It is enough if these 25 participants take a decision. And if you can disseminate this information to some of your friends, probably this 25 will become tenfold. It will become even 250. No problem. I want all of you to give a concentrated, concerted attention and take a very good decision. Decision is yours. I can only take you to water. I can take horse to water, but only you have to drink the water. You have to face the challenges. You will have to take a lot of responsibilities. You will have to work hard. You will have to learn about all the sectors, and you must develop your personality development, including communication, which is going to be very, very vital. So, friends, now I have completed from my part. Now I leave the forum to you. If you have got any doubts, you can ask me. Please, another 10-15 minutes, I am leaving this platform to you. Please.
Okay, so we have got some questions in the chat box. I'll read it out to you guys, sir, and you can let us know if you can answer them. Okay, the first question is from Surbhi Gupta. How one can get into investment banking sector without experience in that sector?
What is the question? Sir, can you repeat that? I will also see that.
How one can get into investment banking sector without experience in that sector?
Correct. See, any field without experience, it is a bit difficult only. But in investment banking, I want you to go through some courses. I wanted to do some courses. There are plenty of organizations which are conducting courses for investment banking. For example, there is a called NISM, National Institute of Securities Management. NISM. There, exclusively, all the courses are designed only for investment banking. What do you mean by a debt market? What do you mean by equity market? What do you mean by derivative market? All those things you have to go through. Once you go there and once you acquire the theoretical knowledge, then practical knowledge, once you can enter into with the theoretical knowledge, because in the interview you can tell and you can enter into it. Initially, they will be giving you some basic things of back end. Suppose a person buys a share. How will you credit it in Demat account? What do you mean by 3-in-1 account? How the shares will get changed? What is T+1? What is T+2? All those things. So if you really wanted to be thorough with investment banking, I want you to go through NISM, National Institute of Securities Management website. There you have got about plenty of series, first series to second series, third series, and books are very self-explanatory, and you have to pass one by one. Just pass one by one. But till you get that, if you are getting an opportunity to work in another department, you work. See, I don't confine to investment banking. First, learn commercial banking, learn corporate banking. Then opportunity will come to your investment banking. By the time you will be completing this, and from corporate banking, you can learn a lot in investment banking. See, all are interrelated only. If you want to know something on investment banking, you should know Companies Act. Companies Act are in corporate banking. So straight away go by one step by step. This is my answer. So NISM, I want all of you to go through. Next. Surbhi Gupta, are you happy with my answer?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I'll just go through the course. Just wanted to check, is it a full-time course or a...
No, not a full-time course. Everything online and you can do according to your own time. Absolutely.
Okay, fine. Sure, sir. I'll go through it. Thanks.
Thank you. Wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next. Sir, I am Banu Kirar. I am a teenager of minimum 18-year-old. So how can I make interest in banking sector? That interest you should have in your blood, in inborn quality. But normally, nowadays, bankers take only graduates, friends. So probably at the age of 18, I don't think you would have completed your graduation. I think that's what I personally feel. So all the banks now, they are very specific about graduation. So you take, you study anything related to, if you are interested really in banking, take BCom, BCom honors like that, then learn certain things on banking, then you write the examination and enter into a bank. Because Nowadays, not almost, all the banks are preferring only graduates for an entry level. If you are already doing any graduation, no problem. If you are contemplating to do a graduation, take the graduation course relevant for banking. BCom banking is there. Because it doesn't mean BSc and BA are all no. They are also there. But when you enter into a bank, if you know some basic concepts like what is Negotiable Instrument Act, what is Banking Regulation Act, all those things will add value. That's all, nothing else. Banu Kerar, okay?
Yes, sir. I am satisfied with your answers.
Thank you. Next, Vibhav Kashyap. What if someone has an engineering background and wants to enter? This is the thing which is taking place now, friends. I am taking classes all over India, and most of the persons who are coming for the classes are only from engineering. Not a difficult proposition. Anyhow, you have taken a right decision at this point of time. No problem. A training will be given wherever you are entering into, whichever organization you are entering, whichever bank, or you can join institutes like Bridgegate, learn a lot of things on banking. Then automatically the placement also, these people normally the persons who give training will make arrangements for you to for placement also. Absolutely no issues. Only thing is, initially probably you may have to work in sales, learn the intricacies, learn the KYC norms, learn the money laundering norms. Then after 1 or 2 years experience, you can choose the vertical, what we have discussed, as you like. Absolutely no problem. So there is nothing prevents you from entering into a BFSI sector after doing a engineering. Now, majority of the persons who are entering into BFSI sector are only from engineering fraternity. Right. Next. Vibhav, are you okay? Vibhav?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, then can you tell us more about foreign trade? You are asking the subject matter to be given explanation. It is very, very difficult, friends, because foreign currency transaction, normally we take it for 15 days. Per day, 4 hours, 60 hours a session, almost. Even if I wanted to condense it, I can take not less than 20 hours. See, foreign trade financing means you are giving to the customer, for example, I'm telling, big corporate clients, no? For example, Mukesh Ambani, some very, very big customers, they don't want rupee loans. Whenever they come and approach you, banks for loans, they don't want a rupee loan because rupee loans carry higher rate of interest. They wanted only foreign currency loans. When you give foreign currency loans, what happens? The rate of interest is very less because it is linked with what is called a LIBOR, LIBOR, London Interbank Offered Rate. So it is linked with LIBOR. So the rate of interest is very less. So they all wanted only foreign currency loans. And for foreign currency loans, you must have sufficient foreign currency in our kitty, in RBI. RBI should have foreign currency. Or suppose if they wanted from suppliers credit, suppliers from overseas countries, they themselves will give the credit to you. So all those factors are there in foreign exchange, apart from the non-funded letter of credit and bank guarantee. So you can give the exporters and importers either fund-based limit in foreign currency loans or in non-fund-based limits in the form of letter of credit and bank guarantee. These things you will have to undergo a very good classroom session. Then only you will be able to understand more. Okay, Sakshi?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
No, thanks. Yeah, what are you telling? Thanks. Next, Vasant. How to make good and effective communication, sir? Very good question, friends. Very good question. See, communication nowadays, people are finding it a bit difficult. Some people are very good in written communication, but they lack in oral communication. Some people are good in oral communication whenever it comes to the question of, see, it all depends upon the education you undertake. I want all of you to speak fluently to others. Even though you are going to speak wrongly, never hesitate to speak or talk in front of the mirror. Develop the habit, or ask your father, ask your brother to stand in front of you. Then talk. Only by free. How do you learn your regional language? Similar fashion, you will have to have attention to other languages also. If you want to be very, very quite conversant in English, this is the only way. And always read the newspaper. Always read the newspapers. And whenever in the newspapers, if you come across any terminology or any terms which you are not able to understand, immediately refer to the dictionary and know its meaning. Majority of us, they don't do it. They simply go through it. Unless you know the meaning of that particular word, you will not be able to understand the entire contents of that message. And another thing, you must try to use the same word whenever you wanted to write a letter to anybody, any client. Use that word. There are some friends of mine, who will do this only. They will select some important hard words coming in the paper. They will know the meaning, and on the same day, they will write one letter to their client using that particular word, so that he will never forget it. So this is how you must develop the communication, friends. Communication is an art. Similarly, written communication is very, very important because the letter goes to another person. You must always have empathetic feeling. Empathy means you must put yourself in another man's position. Arey Baba, if I read this letter, how will I feel? You should not write whatever comes to your mind. Because the other person, if he has taken it in the wrong sense, probably the entire business relationship is gone. So whenever you write, there the comma should be there, comma, semicolon, colon, inverted comma, full stop. Everything is there. Because now after this WhatsApp and Facebook, people only do this type of English. Yes, OUP, ASAP. But in the official mails, official communications, you will have to write as soon as possible. You will have to write dear sir. You will have to write like that. After dear sir, comma, you have to give some space. Don't follow this because this Facebook and WhatsApp have spoiled our communication, friends. They have spoiled our communication. And no capital letter, everything in small letter. And that to translation. Whatever you talk in Hindi or whatever you talk in Tamil, same thing in putting it in English. Horrible. So never do that, friends. You see, now that having come to the stage of coming for employment, now you must try to come out from all this. You should try to develop your own communication style. That is only in your hands, friends. Read lot of books, read lot of English grammar. Grammar is very important. Now nobody knows grammar. What is past tense? What is present tense? Past participle, future? No. Simply, where is have had? Where is had? Nobody knows. So all these things, only thing, even don't hesitate, friends. Even you can take 10 plus 2 English book. Some exercises will be there. You just start reading it. What is preposition? What is conjunction? Many people have forgotten it. So avoid Facebook and WhatsApp English and read the papers and use that particular communication. You will definitely improve your communication. For this, you need not spend any amount for English speaking course. English speaking course also, they will give only this. Okay, right. Have I answered your question, Mr. Vasant?
Yeah, sir.
Oh,
Thank you.
Then, what is Rohit is asking? Not NCFM, boss. It is NISM. NISM is better. Okay, right. Then, Rohit Jain. I have heard jobs at KPO, banking, Barclays are monotonous. Yes, it all coming under night shift, and it is a BPO, friends. It is a BPO, that is business processing outsourcing. Those people take, and the salary is very, very less. And you will have to keep all your earphones every time. Most of the time, it is a night shift. It is a monotonous job. Probably, if your family is dependent on your income, until you get another job, you can join here and you can learn. See, any job is a learning process, but don't stick on to that because that is not going to be very lucrative for your career. Okay, right? You are 100% correct. It is a monotonous job only, right? And it is not very tough to shift to any industry, no, because you are just gaining an experience, no. You can switch yours. See, my son and all, he was initial. Now that he is working for a very big company, very big bank as a credit union. Absolutely no issues. Yes, Rohit?
Sir, I see a lot of chartered accountants are being hired at the KPO banking there. I don't think so. They would be handling such voice jobs or a night shift jobs over there.
Can you repeat it, boss? I'm not able to.
Sir, I am seeing lot of chartered accountant. I myself a chartered accountant.
Very
And
good.
I see lot of chartered accountants are being hired at the Barclays, Bank of America, Amex in there, and they do NAV and all such banking such things. So so I don't think they'll be doing the night shift jobs or the voice jobs, headphone jobs that you're talking about.
No, sir. What
So
I am talking about that only entry level. Chartered accountant is a professional, and it nowadays presently chartered accountants are in great demand, and the job that what they will be doing in whatever the banks you tell, it is a sophisticated and a professional job. For them, there is no question of night shift or anything. Probably, very rarely, when the work exigency comes, probably they may do it. But they are professionals and they are paid very, very, very. They are paid very high. Probably they will be not less than in AVP cadre, Associate Vice President cadre, nothing less than that. Because the foreign banks treat the professionals very well, friends. They treat the workload will be there, work pressure may be there. but they treat you well with good remuneration and perks.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
No problem. Then Dariya Gangwani, is it better to read books or do courses and take up classes to gain more knowledge about the finance and banking sector? My sincere suggestion is you better join a course, because even if you read the book, you should be in a position to understand. No, if you get any doubt while reading the books, what will you do? Okay, there are opportunities are there. You can go to Google and you can find out. Then in Google also, if the terminologies, if you are not able to understand, you will have to ask somebody. Instead of all this, join a course for 3 months, enrich the knowledge, so that you will become a full-time, full-fledged professional in BFSI sector. Okay, Daria?
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Daria, sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So, friends, I don't think any other questions are there. And I wish you all the very best. I presume that there are no other questions from any other participants. So,
Yeah, sir. There are no other questions. Thank you so much for this enriching session. I hope everybody have got their insighted about the banking sector, and I believe this is very helpful for people.
right, sir. Thank you very much, friends. Friends, thank you very much. Thanks for joining, and I wish you all the very best in all your future endeavors. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.